Hi, my name is Simone McCarter-Choice, and I will be giving a presentation on prompting hierarchy and why is it important and how we can use it. During the slideshow, we will learn about what prompts are, why they are important, the 6 main types of prompts. I will be explaining each one as well as giving examples and how to use them and how anyone can help their learner to be more successful. So prompts are defined as assistance given to a learner to help them to become successful in each task and respond successfully. These steps assist a learner to become independent in their behavior and can range from most intrusive to least intrusive. We want to be helping hand and giving our learners the ability to become independent. So what I would mean by most invasive would be essentially guiding the learner physically. So maybe putting my hands on top of them, and then least intrusive would be giving a visual prompt, a picture that indicates what the response should be, or a verbal prompt, which would most likely be me echoing the answer so that they can know how to respond. Why prompts are important? Prompts increase learner independence. Our whole goal in teaching our autistic children are for them to become more independent, or independent at their most capable level. So when we're prompting, we're trying to create that success. So when we are creating that success, it will reinforce them using a skill and using it again. So maintaining it even outside of contrived trials. So if we're practicing with them within the clinic, we make sure that they are responding and answering successfully, because it will reinforce the fact that they may use that skill again, and they may use it independently, and we can always praise and give any type of reinforcement for them. It reduces frustration when learning. We all know that we become upset at times when we do not get an answer right, and it can become so upsetting to the point where we would want to give up, and most often we do. So in order to increase success and reduce frustration, we use these prompts. The 6 types of prompting. This is a visual of the prompt hierarchy. So least invasive is visual, most invasive is physical. So that would mean that they would be less independent if I'm physically guiding them, so helping them to walk, or putting my hand on their hand so to demonstrate for them physically how to wash their hands. A visual would be me presenting a picture of someone washing their hands, or the words that says turn on the water, rinse your hands, put on soap, dry your hands. A visual prompt. So this is the least intrusive prompt. It would be us providing an answer that they can read or see. So some of our children cannot read. So we would present a picture that gives the correct response for our client child to have to remind them of what answer to give. So if we see it on our board, it says, we can see a hat. So if I was to deliver the SD, which is delivering the question, I would say, we wear a, and then I would hold up the picture of the hat, and the learner would respond with hat. So they know how to respond when I deliver that sentence to them. Most of the time it can be written, especially when our learners children, they know how to read. So if you see the man holding the sign, "Don't believe anyone, including me," I can deliver something to that effect and say, "Who do you not believe?" And then that can prompt them to give me the answer. Verbal prompts. These are vocal, things that we say out loud. So if I would want my client to echo me and I say, "Mommy drives a car," and I would expect them to echo me so that they would know the proper response. So they would repeat after me. And if I wanted to lessen that prompt or back away a little bit, I can deliver the word halfway. So if I say, "Mommy drives a," and then they deliver the word "car," that would be successful until I don't have to say the word first or even a part of the word for them to respond independently, which is what we really want. So you can kind of lessen those prompts at this very level. So we can deliver the whole word, we can deliver a syllable, we can deliver the beginning sound of a word. It really depends on your learner. Gestural prompts is what I'm going to do, like I'm pointing out something. Say, "Look, it's a bird," or you see the man pointing to the sign, or the young lady pointing to the board, or touching the card. So if I was to say, "Where is the sun?" and I point to it, I don't touch it, I just hover my finger on top, and then they touch sun, that would be them responding appropriately at that prompt level. So I would point to something, gesture to where it is, stand next to it, so my body is just in proximity to the correct response. For modeling prompts, I would physically, myself, independently, I would model what I would want the student to respond like. If I said, "Copy me," and I clap my hands, I would first model what I would want them to respond with, and then I deliver the demand again. So if I deliver them an imitation, if I want them to imitate me and I say, "Clap your hands," and then I clap my hands and then they imitate me, that would be successful. So I would be modeling what I would want them to do. This works well with care skills such as vacuuming, sweeping, washing hands, washing dishes. As long as I can model whatever I want them to respond with, that would be considered modeling for the client, and then they can imitate you. We can also lessen those as well. So maybe I model the first part of getting the broom and starting to sweep, and then they finished off by putting the broom away, throwing the trash away. We can kind of cut that down a little bit. Partial physical prompts are prompts where you would guide the person. You can take them by the elbow and kind of push it along gently to where you want them to touch something or where they need to find an item. So we're not taking their hand or grabbing their hand. We're just guiding it to the place that we need it to be. And when they respond appropriately, we can move from that. We can also lessen that as well. So we're getting more into the more intrusive, less independent prompts. So we would be providing a good amount of support to them. And last is our full physical prompts. So that would mean that we are physically involved with all of what they're doing. So we'd be having our hands on top of their hands, guiding them, creating the motion for them so that they can respond appropriately when we take our hands away. So that is what our prompts are. And we really want to just aim to support our learners to become as independent as possible. And these prompts levels enable us to get a learner started no matter what skills they currently have. Thank you.